Hey everybody, what's up? Horaud here, and welcome to the Honkai Star Rail 1.3 live stream. Today we're going to be reacting to the new version, and I am super excited to see what they have announced for us, so let's jump in, shall we? Boop. I skipped the first couple minutes because it was just them waiting for the stream to start, which, guilty. Brought to you by Interastral? What?
It's fortunate I could make it. My divination results predicted you making a fool of yourself.
Oh no, Sushane.
The show is about to start. Make sure you remember these words. You wouldn't want to tarnish the Xianzhou's reputation now, would you?
No, we don't want that.
No, Master Diviner.
After me. Fulgurant Leap.
Fulgurant Leap.
Fulgurant Leap.
Epical Spectrum.
Epical Spectrum.
Aurum Alley's Hustle and Bustle.
Aurum Alley's Hustle and Bustle.
The Swarm Disaster.
Ooh,
The Swarm Disaster.
Audience.
Audience.
that's you guys.
Not bad. Make sure you recite them a few more times.
Master Diviner,
What is it now?
how do you say this one?
High Cloud Quintet.
There he is.
We honor those who have passed on.
Ooh.
We place items
You
of the dead
come.
onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars,
Oh, that's cool.
to shine brightly among them.
It's like the ones they like do with the boats.
Before you leave, please make time to recuperate. I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters.
That
Farewell
looks
for now.
so cool. Woo! Oh, she's so pretty. I totally wanted to wish for her, but
In this world have been lost.
they had to put her alongside my boy. I can't. I gotta go for Dan Heng.
I'm
Yeah.
a descendant of the lawful Vidyadhara. You witnessed my secret strength,
Oh.
as March would call it.
Oh, he looks so cool, you guys. I'm so pumped.
As you can see, we added a few
Ta-da.
things to the simulated universe. Stephen Lloyd thinks this is a big
Oh,
achievement.
screw him. Oh, she dropped some dice.
We call it Simulated Universe. The Swarm Disaster.
The Swarm Disaster? Luca! My boy! Oh, it's Lynx! Oh, I'm super excited for her, you guys. That's Gepard and Servo's little sister. Hella! Okay. Interesting. Why?
And
Oh.
whether or not your world has a day-night
I
cycle.
forgot about this
Good
guy.
morning, good afternoon, and you know the rest. Welcome to the version 1.3 Celestial Eyes Above Mortal Ruins
Oops.
special program. As always, your good buddy Albert's here to bring you all the
Hey,
latest
Albert.
intel on the upcoming version. Today, our three special guests are...
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Wiedenheft and I voice Fu Xuan.
What's up, guys?
Schwinn?
I'm Angelika Napanani, and I voice Sushang.
Hey
Sushan.
Trailblazers, I'm Nicholas Leung, and I voice Dan Heng.
Dan Heng.
Welcome, and welcome again. I gotta say, that trailer was loaded with details on
Oh,
the new
man.
version.
It looks good.
Anything stand out for you?
Well, I'm always excited for story updates, but that last
Yes.
segment caught my eye too. The Swarm Disaster? Was that it?
Yeah.
It looked pretty intense.
The
I
changing?
know. Did Herta upgrade the simulated universe again? You know, my Trailblazer senses are tingling.
The simulated universe will be getting some significant updates in version 1.3.
Such as?
That's for later in the program. First, let's take a look at the new characters joining the war. First on the list, and finally revealing his
Yes.
true power.
Yes.
We have Dan Heng, Inbibitor Lunae.
Inbibitor? I've been saying Inbibitor. Oh, he looks so fucking cool, you guys. I'm so excited. I've had him since his 4-star version. He was my literal first DPS in the game, and I always saw photos of him like this from fan art and stuff, but I didn't know that it was going to be a later version. But, oh, he looks so amazing. That's so cool they show the dragon, too. Oh.
Whoa, okay. So March wasn't bluffing. Dan Heng does have secret strength.
Yes.
But
Let's go.
why would he suddenly reveal it after hiding it for so long?
He was,
Let's not
yeah.
forget, he did get impaled.
I was like, he was forced by Blade.
Yeah, I think if he'd kept it under wraps any longer, he might have had trouble staying alive. You know, desperate times, desperate measures.
Okay, it makes sense, but why the secrecy up till then?
Well, to answer that question, we gotta talk about Dan Heng's previous incarnation.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Feng, a member of the High Cloud Quintet.
That's right. I'm sure Trailblazers will have noticed that certain characters in the story have been referring to Dan Heng as Inbibitor Lunae. But Inbibitor Lunae is actually a title handed down as part of the Law Fu Vidyadhara High Elder Succession. The person they're referring to here isn't Dan Heng, but Dan Feng.
Like his previous.
Dan Feng was once the Law Fu Vidyadhara High Elder. He achieved great deeds for the Xianzhou in wartime, but ultimately committed an unforgivable sin.
Wait, but if Dan Heng's still alive, then Dan Feng's sin can't have been that unforgivable, right?
I think someone pulled a few strings. There's only one guy in the Law Fu who'd risk the Xianzhou's reputation like that. Jing Yuan.
I was gonna say,
Is
talking
that
about
what a little
Jing.
bird told you, Albert? I never knew owls were so gossipy.
Oh, no. Jing Yuan's not to blame this time. The head of the Xianzhou Vidyadhara, the High Elder, possesses the power to transform into a dragon. The method of entrusting this power to the next head is a closely guarded secret, and the responsibility of each High Elder. We don't know the full story.
So only
but
one of them?
Dan Feng misused this method and sparked a terrible calamity. As a result, the Vidyadhara grew to hate Dan Feng, but executing him would have brought an end to the High Elder succession. They decided to use an exuviation charm, forcing him to reincarnate. Which is why Dan Heng is alive and well today.
Okay.
The world of the Vidyadhara is complicated.
But why would Dan Feng cause so much trouble?
It had to be
I suspect
important.
there are a few more secrets waiting for us down the line.
Ah, the allure of the unknown. But fear not, Trailblazers. A banquet of delicious secrets awaits you. Now, let's take a look at how secret strength Dan Heng handles himself on the battlefield.
Yes, I want
As
to
an
see.
imaginary type character following the path of destruction, Dan Heng, Inbibitor Lunae's specialty, is consuming multiple skill points to trigger an array of powerful abilities.
Multiple.
Tapping the skill button enhances the effects of Inbibitor Lunae's basic attack, Beneficent Lotus, up
Okay.
to 3 times in succession. Depending on the number of enhancements, Beneficent Lotus becomes Transcendence, Divine Spear, and Fulgurant Leap, respectively.
Oh.
Hits per action and damage dealt increase with each enhancement. Additionally, single target damage is replaced with multiple target
That's-
damage in both Divine Spear and
Yes.
Fulgurant Leap.
And Inbibitor Lunae's talent, Righteous Heart, amplifies the damage he deals as the number of hits per action in the current turn increases.
Sounds like skill point
Okay.
management is going to be pretty important for
Yeah.
Inbibitor Lunae's allies.
Hold
Okay.
that thought. When using his ultimate, Inbibitor Lunae deals imaginary damage to a single target and adjacent enemies, while also receiving a set amount of Squama Sacrosancta. Squama Sacrosancta can be used to offset Inbibitor Lunae's skill point consumption.
Oh.
Secret strength Dan Heng is kind of a one-man band.
But that's not all. Inbibitor Lunae's technique, Heaven Quelling Prismadraken, allows
What
him to enter a leaping dragon state for a set time. In this state, using an attack causes Inbibitor Lunae to lunge forwards a set distance and strike all enemies he comes into contact with. Entering battle in this way allows Inbibitor Lunae to acquire a set amount of Squama Sacrosancta.
And lo, such is the frightful power of the High Elder.
That's pretty cool.
Now that we've introduced secret strength Dan Heng, let's move on to an old friend of ours, the Master Diviner,
Oh,
Lady Fu Xuan.
Lady Fu. Yeah, I was immediately, as soon as we were introduced to her into the story, I was immediately in love. I was like, she's so beautiful. And just, so her just, attitude, I love it. Oh, she looks so cool. which I believe she's going to be an abundance character, which is kind of why the reason why I'm going to pass on her for now, because I'm pretty good on abundance. I really need, or wait, no, not abundance. Isn't it? Preservation.
Her
There we
first
go.
encounter with the Trailblazers
I need abundance.
was pretty impressive.
From high above, amid a hail of bullets, came the words.
Your every
she
move
looks so
has
cool.
been foreseen.
By the Omnisia.
Okay, you gotta admit, her bullet deflection game is on point. But I wonder, how'd she fare against a Star Knot, though?
Oh, yeah, I can't see her swatting one of those out of the sky.
Fu Xuan might have something to say about that.
Oh, okay.
Our hexagrammatic position is fluctuating between the earth and water trigrams. What do we have to fear? Let us counter this menace directly with the might of the Xianzhou.
Oh, Susheng translation. Hexagram says let's do this.
I
Let's
think
go.
the Divination Commission would benefit from having Susheng as a translator.
Yes.
The Omnisia on Fu Xuan's forehead is a mysterious instrument that allows her to calculate her every move in advance. However, the immortal bodies of the Xianzhou natives exhibit adverse reactions to external augmentation. While the Omnisia may grant her incredible computational abilities, it also causes her pain and exhaustion.
Well, with great power, you know the rest.
That explains Fu Xuan's reliance on bubble tea, then, huh? I heard she drinks like 10 cups of Immortal's Delight a day.
no.
Hey, that sounds like gossip to me. What if Immortal's Delight is just heckin' delicious?
Super tasty.
I suspect it is, though I'm sure the sugar helps. Running the Divination Commission and divining the fortunes of the Xianzhou, it's an exhausting gig.
All right, Anjali's right. No more bubble tea gossip. By way of apology, how about I treat everyone to 10 cups of Immortal's Delight after the show?
Oh,
Yes! Now we're talking.
let's go.
Let's talk about bubble tea there. It's time to take a look at how the Master Diviner showcases her abilities on the battlefield.
Yes, I'm excited to
Xuan
see.
is a quantum-type character, following
she's
the
quantum.
path of preservation. But where other path of preservation characters mainly use shields for defense, Fu
Yes.
Xuan takes a different road.
Precisely. After using her skill, Fu Xuan activates the Matrix of Prescience, which lasts for a set number of turns. This allows Fu Xuan to absorb some of that damage for her allies.
Ooh.
When the Matrix of Prescience is active, it grants the knowledge effect to the entire team, increasing characters' max HP and crit rate. Fu Xuan's talent offers a variety of effects. Firstly, Fu Xuan can provide a permanent misfortune avoidance state, reducing the damage taken by the entire team. Secondly, when Fu Xuan's HP drops below a set percentage, she recovers a set percentage
Whoa.
of HP.
POV, you're Fu Xuan's enemy. Why are my attacks healing her?
That's not all. Fu Xuan's ultimate deals quantum damage to all enemies, but it
Oh,
also
so
increases
pretty.
the frequency of her talent's HP restoration effect. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention,
Whoa.
Fu Xuan's technique can grant a barrier for the whole team that lasts for a set duration. During exploration, the barrier blocks all enemy attacks, thereby preventing battles that would otherwise have triggered in this way.
That
Her
is
technique also
awesome.
activates the Matrix of Prescience automatically at the start of the next battle.
That's our Master Diviner.
That's
Reliable and
nice.
determined. No wonder she's got her sights set on the generalship. See, her style is very different to Jing Yuen's, but being a defensive backbone for her team is equally respectable. And you won't find her guarding or playing chess on the job either.
Chess.
I didn't say it.
Moving swiftly on to our final character. It's time we introduced a young girl from Bellaba, Lynx Landau.
Oh, I'm super excited, dude. They were talking about her before when you do one of Circle's hangouts, I think, and she mentioned Lynx, and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool if we ever get to see her. I didn't know she was gonna be playable. That's so cool. She's adorable. Oh, she just opened up a can of sardines? Oh my gosh. So she's a healer. She's the
Surname
abundance.
ring a
That's what I
bell.
need. I need an abundance
You
character.
got it. She's the younger sister of Serval and Japard Landau.
You know, is it just me, or should everyone in the overworld be taking tips from Lynx? She's the only person I've seen who's dressed for the eternal freeze. Like, are the majority of Belabogians frost-resistant or something?
I think those geomarrow heaters keep the temperature relatively comfortable within the confines of the city.
Oh, so Lynx's winter gear is for venturing outside the city, right?
You got it. Lynx has always been drawn to the horizon.
I just realized
The centuries-old
the
records
mouse
of
is there. I don't know if it
Guerrilla
records the
Six's
mouse or
vibrant
not.
past, the beautiful auroras described by her teachers, the heroic tales of the
Move it,
Landau
just in case.
family.
Get out of here.
All of it pertains to the world beyond the city walls, where the Belabogians call the snow plains.
Yeah.
Compared with her sister's enthusiasm and her brother's seriousness, Lynx is somewhat introverted and comfortable with solitude. She often ventures out alone
relate.
into the perilous snow plains, which has allowed her to hone her wilderness survival skills.
Ooh, she's gonna be the world's smallest survival expert.
Now, she may be small, but she packs a punch. Let's dive right in and see just how powerful this snow plains explorer really is.
Yes, I'm so excited. All I
Lynx
have.
is a quantum-type character following the path of abundance, who provides a variety of healing for her team. Her skill can restore HP to a single ally and grant them survival response for a set number of turns, boosting their
Such a
max
weird
HP.
heal.
If an ally with survival response follows the paths of destruction or preservation, the likelihood of them being targeted by enemy attacks increases.
Oh, so we can play them
Increased
with the
enemy
fam. I was
aggression?
wanting to do a party
Guess
with
they're
all
not
three
fans of
family
whatever's in
members.
that tin. Can't say that I blame them.
My, that looks like fermented herring? Ooh, my favorite. You guys want to try some?
No, I'm good.
No. Can you forget about the contents of the tin? This is a useful ability.
I'll say this. Directing enemy aggression towards characters who can take a hit
Yes.
is kind of genius.
That's perfect,
Does
especially
she
with that
have
giant
any
ape.
edible
The-
tricks up her sleeve?
This
Perfect.
one looks safe for consumption. Lynx's ultimate restores health too and dispels one debuff from each ally.
Ooh,
Huge!
that's awesome.
I know. Yo, talk about a hard pill to swallow, huh?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I love that they have the whole
No?
family
No?
together in a team.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how she even fits it in her backpack.
Sometimes
So
big things
cute.
come in small packages. You know, I forgot to mention Lynx's talent. It can grant a continuous healing effect to targets of her skill and ultimate for a set number of turns.
Ooh.
This effect will further restore a set amount of HP to characters with survival response. Similarly, her technique can also grant a continuous healing effect for a set number of turns, but to the entire team. Talk about being a reliable
Ooh.
healer.
That's our little snow
I'll
plains.
have to try and
explorer.
do a couple
We
pulls
can
on
all
Foo's
breathe a
banner.
little easier with her
If I
on the
can.
team.
If I can.
Well, that concludes our new character introductions.
Okay.
Next up, let's take a look at the brand new 5-star light cones coming to the warp in version 1.3. To get us
Alrighty.
started, how about
Oh,
a destruction light cone?
looks so
brighter than the
good.
sun.
Yeah.
Is there anything brighter than the sun?
If there is, we should tell Inbibitor Lunae about it. Someone needs some vitamin D.
Hey, come on. He's looking pretty good for a man suspended in chains. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But, fair point. Now, on to her path of preservation light cone.
That's so
Poor
cool.
girl. Everything changed in an instant.
Thrown suddenly into an endless reliance on
Wow.
bubble tea.
Oh, speaking of bubble tea, Albert, any chance we can fast track that offer? Yeah.
That's one of the coolest looking light cones I've ever seen.
Now,
That's awesome.
During the first phase of version 1.3 in the character warp, Epical Spectrum,
Okay.
Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star character
Yukong.
Don Hung and Inbibitor Lunae. And in the corresponding light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone, brighter than the sun, will be boosted. During the second phase of version 1.3 in the character warp, foreseen, foreknown, foretold, Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star character Fushwin. Not to mention the 4-star character Lynx, who will also be joining the warp.
I thought those were
Turn the
JoJo symbols
corresponding
popping
light
up in the
cone
corner.
warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone she already shut her eyes will be boosted. And that's all she wrote on light cones.
They're
and
not
warps.
gonna tell us what they
But don't
do?
leave just that now. More exciting updates are right around the corner. Welcome back, dear viewers.
Welcome
Let's
back.
pick up where we left off. In the preceding story, and thanks to the collaborative efforts of Jingyuan and Don Hung, Fantilia was banished and the
Oh, yeah, that's
Ambrosial
right.
Arbor crisis was resolved. And yet, as the dust settles, easing the fears of the citizenry becomes a new priority.
Rightly so. Helping people get back to their old lives is a big part of rebuilding.
And more often than not, responding to a disaster is trickier than preventing one.
In version 1.3, the Trailblaze mission obsequies performed, A Long Road Ahead, will reveal a glimpse of the Xianzhou's recovery efforts. We'll also be seeing the likes of 4 new companion missions.
4?
The Dragon Returns Home,
Let's go.
Total Recall, Farther Than the Snow Plains, and Mohashle.
In The
Oh,
Dragon
we get one for
Returns Home,
Luca.
we find Don Hung in the turbulent wake of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. He must face up to his past life and meet with the current Vidyadhara High Elder, Lady Bai Lu.
Meanwhile, in Total Recall, March 7th makes a big decision. Having witnessed the wonders of the Matrix of Prescience Ultima, she decides to ask Fu Xuan for the Matrix's help in rediscovering her past.
Farther Than the Snow Plains focuses on the youngest member of the Landau family. Lynx returns from an expedition with something troubling her, and her siblings, Serval and Japard, are at a loss to help.
So
They
we gotta
decide to
help.
seek the assistance of none other than the Trailblazer.
Hell yeah.
Last but not least, Mohashle. Wildfire member and Fight Club reigning champion Luke
Yeah, my
has
boy.
returned to Boulder Town. He wastes no time in inviting the Trailblazer and Zila to help him in completing a
Zila.
special bout of training.
Ooh, nice cinematic read there, Albert. I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, those names are so intriguing. I feel like these missions will answer a lot of questions. Like, why is Bailu the current Vidyadhara
Yeah,
High Elder?
I didn't know
and is
that.
March 7th truly as many people suspect?
This is hardly the domain
what?
of unverified rumors. Ours is a serious program.
Serious? More like bubble tea gossip central.
Speaking of bubble tea, fine, I'll wait.
In our next segment, we'll be talking version 1.3 events.
Oh, we got Sushan for
Exalting
free?
Sanctum's Auramali was once a hub of commerce and crowds, but has gradually fallen into obscurity over the last millennium.
That looks
Blink of an
so
eye for
fall,
long-lasting
like
pieces.
perfect
And
timing.
now, as the IPC's corporate interference encroaches upon the Lao Fu, the people sense danger and are striving to breathe new life into old trades. In the Auramali's Hustle and Bustle event, Trailblazers are thrown right into the action with an opportunity to influence the Ali's ultimate fate.
Wait. What do we need to do exactly?
Well, shops of numerous sizes can be found in the newly reopened Auramali district. By arranging cargo shipments and planning logistics routes,
Oh, God.
Trailblazers can accumulate
no.
funds. These funds can be used to progressively revamp the urban landscape of Auramali, helping it return to its former glory.
By achieving
So it's
goals
like
in
the-
this limited time event, players can earn self-modeling resin, tracks of destiny, stellar jade, and 4-star character Sushan.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Following this limited time event, Auramali will remain in the game as a permanent mode. This mode includes rewards such as the Auramali-themed phone wallpaper, Ingenium Dreams.
What? That's something we haven't seen before?
That's pretty
That's
cool.
right. Phone wallpapers are a new feature being added to
Oh.
version 1.3. Trailblazers can browse and replace their wallpapers using the in-game
awesome.
mobile menu.
Nice.
Okay, that's really cool. I would have never thought of
Isn't it?
that.
All right, folks, it's time to
This
talk
is what I
about a
want.
big update to the simulated universe.
Yeah, what is
Ah,
this?
Finally! I thought for a moment you might have accidentally left it out.
The cheek! How could I, your humble living servant, make you wait?
I mean, we're still waiting on those bubble teas, so I'm just saying.
In any case, The update is the collaborative effort of 4 genius minds. They call it Simulated Universe, the Swarm Disaster. They completed a broad spectrum of structural renovations purely to investigate the fall of an eon.
The Swarm
Ooh.
Disaster. Sounds like it might have something to do with, what is that eon's name again? Tazy something?
Tazeroth, the
Tazeroth.
eon of propagation.
That's the one.
Interesting. What motivated Herta and her team to research the Imperator Insectorum?
Ooh, I'll tell you. From the story so far, we've heard that the propagation once caused a major swarm, which spread throughout the universe. This eventually caught the attention of multiple eons who united to eradicate it. This event involved more eons than any other recorded event in history, which of course makes it an excellent research subject.
So that's how it is.
In order to delve into this complicated history, Herta and her team have developed various new methods of exploration. In Simulated Universe, the Swarm Disaster, the stage maps will appear in a format similar to a chessboard. Trailblazers will need to navigate through randomly generated domains and tackle a variety of challenges before making it to the deepest parts of the simulation.
I'm assuming these
Okay.
geniuses had more in mind than simply
Look at
maneuvering
the
around the grid.
Trotters.
Right you are. In order to simulate the experiences of different Pathstriders and resonate with the eons, a brilliant mind named Steven developed the audience die and communing device.
Oh, audience die? Oh, come on, Albert. That's not a nice thing to say to the audience.
Die as in singular for dice.
Okay.
It has to do with the eons bestowing random gifts upon Pathstriders. Before progressing each turn, use the communing device to roll the audience die. This will generate special effects for the current turn. These special effects might provide our team with powerful buffs, or alter the chessboard in some way, or even create further variables for subsequent actions. The chessboard and grids are superficial. The true intent of the geniuses is to delve into the mysteries of the eons. Each exploration will encompass 3 planes corresponding to Imperator Insectorum's emergence, expansion, and demise. Trailblazers will encounter simulated historical events during these phases, and different responses will lead to different outcomes.
But do these simulations really recreate the truth?
The official response is that due to the many historical unknowns, all potential outcomes are valuable. The data helps us infer the most probable truth.
And the unofficial response?
Madam Herta said, and I quote, "You can't prove that the past wasn't like this, can you?"
How exceptional. Undeniably a genius.
Madam Herta has also developed a path space for the express purpose of enhancing the resonance between trailblazers and their paths.
Ooh,
As a
okay.
trailblazer, every action you take that aligns with your path during exploration can help you to obtain path energy, leading you closer to the eons.
Getting stronger.
And what can we expect when we get closer to
Increase
the
the time.
eons?
Once you have sufficient path energy, you'll be able to unlock specific buffs and the chance to interact directly with the corresponding eon, thereby
Whoa.
uncovering their part in the Swarm Disaster.
Okay, so we've been hearing those words a lot, but none of this feels swarmish or disastery enough to me.
Say no more.
Oh,
In the final
new
domain of the
enemy.
third plane of each exploration,
Ugh.
Trailblazers will encounter a brand new enemy, the Swarm True Sting.
Oh, it's a giant beetle.
True Stings have the ability to divide and create
course.
more swarms.
Why
If
wouldn't
not
they?
dealt with promptly, the entire battlefield will eventually be overrun by the swarm. Sufficiently swarmy? Suitably disastrous?
Oh,
Yeah, okay, that's plenty. Gives me the creeps just thinking about it.
and they're not weak to electro either.
Finally, upon clearing Simulated Universe,
Or
the
lightning.
Swarm Disaster, the brand new path of propagation will be unlocked within the Simulated Universe.
What team is this?
What a roller coaster. That's a big update, all right.
And big updates need big rewards. Take note. Aside from Stellar Jade and numerous other materials, the Swarm Disaster rewards include 2 self-modeling resins.
Let's go.
Those things are rarer than rare. Are there really 2 up for grabs?
Let's go.
You better believe it. And I highly encourage Trailblazers to give it a go. Next up is the Space Station Task Force event. Revitalizing the space station is no small undertaking.
Okay.
If we want to speed things up, we'll need to enlist the help of a task force with special permissions. Watson has lined up all the assignments that require attention. Over to you, Trailblazers. During the event, by assembling a team that meets the requirements of specific assignments, you'll be able to earn rewards such as Stellar Jade and character experience materials.
And as the
Specific
message makes
assignment.
clear, there will be requests and assignments every day. It's almost impossible to finish them all.
Version 1.3 will also see the return
Yes.
of the Planar Fisher and Garden of Plenty events.
Very
During
much
the
needed.
respective events, successfully challenging the simulated universe and calyxes can earn you a set amount of double rewards.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that EXP and money.
At the same time, version 1.3 will unlock 2 new Stagnant Shadow stages, Shape of Puppetry
Yes.
and Shape of Abomination.
Okay,
The
yes.
former
That's
will
what we
drop
need
suppressing
for
edict,
Don Hang drops.
Ascension
I need
material
those.
required for Don Hung and Inbibitor Lunae. The latter will drop Nail of the Ape, Ascension material required for Fushuen.
Yeah, I need that. Oh, well, no. I think
Too?
Lynx needs that as well.
I'm not
Crap.
done with you yet. Version 1.3 system updates are just as momentous. First off, after the version 1.3 update, the Trailblaze power cap will be raised from 180 to 240.
Oh. Can they do that
the
on
amount
Genshin,
that it generates
please?
in a day. Once Trailblaze power maxes out, a percentage of the surplus is converted into reserved Trailblaze power.
What?
So in other words, if you forget to log on, you won't have wasted much Trailblaze power.
Oh, that's
And here's something else.
amazing.
The 1.3 update
Okay.
will also bring changes
What
to
up?
the friends and chat systems, which include being able to sort your friends. And Trailblazers not currently accepting new friend requests can choose to disable them in settings.
Oh, that's nice.
Icing on the cake, you can now send emojis. in
Yes.
At last, bring on the
Finally.
pom-pom and March 7th emojis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Fingers crossed
awesome.
for some authentic boomer material.
That is awesome.
And of course, we have the crowd favorite, Gift of Odyssey chicken reward.
Oh,
Logging
10
in
more
for
wishes?
7 days gets you 10 warps.
Or
It might
warps?
just be your lucky break.
Okay.
Nicholas, I admire your confidence.
I'm gonna need those.
Last but not least, Honkai Star Rail will also be a part of this year's
Oh.
Gamescom.
Heck yeah.
What
That's next
surprising
weekend?
updates await us?
For next week?
Watch this Space Trailblazers.
That's next week.
So cool.
Nice.
Let's roll out today's final redemption code. All good things must come to an end.
Yeah, sadly.
So must today's special program. We've covered quite a bit about the 1.3 update. Any thoughts or feelings from our guests? What are you most looking forward to?
Man, so much to choose from.
Right.
But for me, it's gotta be the characters. Don Hung, Inbibitor Lunae, Fushuen, and Lynx are all special in their own way. I just hope I get lucky with the warps.
And as for me, I'm super excited about the simulated universe update. The new gameplay and story aspects sound brilliant.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, since you guys covered the obvious, I'll go for something a little different. I feel like this version's quality of life enhancements are really
Yes.
good. I love the Trailblaze power cap increase
Yes.
and the new reserve Trailblaze power feature. They may sound minor, but I think they'll make a
No,
big
that's
difference to the
huge.
experience.
That's huge.
Totally. And I'm sure the gaming experience will keep improving as the updates keep rolling. Well, that's it for the Honkai Star Rail version 1.3 special program. As always, thanks again to all you Trailblazers for tuning in. And may our paths cross again soon.
Bye, guys.
Catch you later.
See you guys later.
Bubble tea, bubble tea, bubble tea.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, bubble tea. Oh man, that was awesome, you guys. Oh, nope. Did Did it just replay the... I think it just replayed the stream. I don't know what just happened there. Alright. Well, either way, that was awesome, you guys. I was not expecting so much just from one update. I mean, already the characters we're going to be pulling for, I think, is pretty good. I mean, in all honesty, there hasn't been a single version they've released yet where I'm like, man, I want to get all these characters. But for me, personally, I'll be going for Dan Heng, or Dan Hong, whatever. I'll be going for Inbibitor, however they said it, Lunae. I will be going for him. I have like 65 warps right now. But with that 10 login, that'll give me at least 10 more, put me up to 75, so... But I'm on the 50-50, so I don't know if I'll win or not. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe. I've lost them all so far, so hopefully I can win this one. But then pulling on Fu's banner would also be awesome, but oh gosh, I just don't have enough, sadly, so I have to pass on her. But I would love to have Lynx, though, because I need more abundance characters. Because I was trying to say earlier, all I have is Natasha. That's all I've got. I haven't been fortunate enough to get Bailu yet from the standard, or to lose the 50-50 to her. But man, those quality of life changes, that's huge, man. That's something they really need to imply in the Genshin as well, because the resin cap would be a lot better, and then also just being able to have it like go off to the side and like save it for you like a reserve, that's amazing. Because there are days like yesterday and today where I've been at work all day, and by the time I get home, my resin caps, because I even log in at like 10 or 11 at night the previous day. And then by the time I get home from work and like, you know, wind down, like my resin is capping. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish it wasn't doing that. But there's only so much you can do. But with that feature, at least on Honkai, that's awesome. Because Honkai's refills a lot faster, I think. But now that we have more, that makes me feel a little better. I can actually take a little bit more of my time with that. But to be able to do some more runs though, that's pretty awesome. And also the new area looks awesome. I love the theme of it. It seemed very like fall type, or like autumn type, autumn type theme, like with the fall leaves and everything, and the lights, and like the lanterns, I mean, and like the darkness of it and everything. That was really cool. I'm looking forward to it. There's honestly so much in this I wasn't even expecting them to give us, but honestly, I just cannot wait. I'm super excited because I really haven't had too much to do. I finished up a lot of the stuff. Hopefully this story will be a little bit longer, maybe. If they do, I don't know. Actually, I don't think there will be any main story. I think it's just the hangouts. So, or was there a main story? I don't remember. I think there was. Hopefully there is. I was going to say, hopefully there is, because there's new areas. So hopefully they give us a little more. Because I feel like 1.2 was just kind of, like the story was just like done, over. And I'm like, man, I wanted a little bit more, maybe. Because I feel like, you know, in the first version, we had a decent amount in Bellablog, and then we got the new area, and then I feel like it's just been dragging out, and I'm like, man, I'm kind of ready for a new world. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But either way, you guys, I'm super excited for this. I can't wait. We've got probably like, I think, what, like 2 weeks or so until this happens. But I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see all the new changes in the simulated universe as well. And just everything else they have to come forward in the future. Like, it's just, I feel like they're constantly taking into consideration the things that we're saying and trying to improve the quality of life of things. And then also just all these characters are so unique and dynamic. I feel like each time they come out, you're always like, wow, I have so many new ideas I want to try out now. But as I said, there's only so much you can do with the amount of wishes you have. I'm not free to play, but it's still only so much you can do, because I can't unfortunately whale on this game. That's not for me. That's not my realm. But either way, you guys, super excited. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who are you looking forward to? In which half are you going to be wishing? Are you excited? Or are you going to skip this and wait until 1.4? Maybe there's somebody there you might be looking forward to. But let me know what you guys think below. I'm definitely looking forward to the update and can't get here soon enough. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Love to have you here. And make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.